Welcome everyone to this edition 71 of Star Nation News. Here I am today presenting you with the current updates in this galaxy regarding the main events of which Earth is concerned. Planet Earth, beautiful, beautiful mother for so many human souls in this existence. So, without further ado, here are the latest news from the galaxy. Fasten your seatbelts and engage. The head of the Sikaar Empire is down. Well, the government on Thuban 4 was taken, and Thuban 4, the headquarters of the Sikaar Empire, were taken by the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the United Alliance of Nataru. The United Alliance of Nataru, which includes the Galactic Federation of Worlds, many minor organizations, the Anach Empire, the Council of Five, the Andromedan Council, and the Ashtar Galactic Command, among the most important, are now in the process of securing the whole Alpha Draconis zone. The 6 prison worlds where the important captives had been held were taken back and everybody liberated and brought back to their home world. But nonetheless, the war against the Sikaar Empire is not over. Despite the fact that the White Queen was neutralized, that the elite Sikaar eggs were destroyed, well, the war continues. Of course, the Sikaar abide by the code of honor of dying in battle, as many of you can relate if you are familiar with the Klingons. Some programs are self-disclosure, as I always told you, and you know it. So the thing is, the government on Alpha Draconis had informed all its troops, all the Sikaars throughout the whole galaxy, that they needed to keep on going in this war, that they needed to plunder and destroy until the last breath of the last of them exists. Basically, this war is not over. Rogue squads of Sikaar are roaming in this galaxy and trying to cause mayhem and havoc as much as they can. The forces, all the forces of the United Alliance of Nataru are fighting, trying to locate them, find them. It's not easy when they use cloaking. The frequency of a ship is detectable when uncloaked or in the process of cloaking and uncloaking, because it sends a signal, a pulse signal that is very faint, but we can locate this signal. So as long as they remain cloaked, we don't know where they're going to appear. And that's the problem. There are still many of them. So now the machinery of this war in his tactical operation has been completed. Now it's about fighting against something that's infiltrated everywhere. And you never know when it's going to happen. So this is a messy end to this war. This is not over. And although there is no danger anymore that any world would be taken over by the Sikaar, because the Empire is down. The Empire is down. Although despite this fact, attacks continue from these rogue groups. So this is not over. And well, on board the Excelsior, the battle station XL6 that you know where Thorhan works, High Commander Admiral Ardana was eager to be transferred to the seat of the Federation, the seat of the Federation, to the seat of the Federation, to embrace her promotion into admiral of a fleet that would fight in the war against the Sikaar. So she is, as she warned, she is leaving the Excelsior soon. Well, when I say Excelsior, that's the name given to the battleship by Earthlings. It's not his real name. Ships have no name. They have matricles, they have numbers. And XL6 Sol is the number of this battle station. So there are actually 4 Galactic Federation of Worlds mothership in the orbit of Earth since the 1940s, observing Earth. So there are 2 vessels, 2 war vessels. The XL6 is one of them. There's one military, one science mothership, and one observation, administrative, and mixed ship. So one of the 2 war battle stations is leaving the orbit of Earth because the war is over on Earth against the invaders, ET invaders. So only the XL6 is remaining in orbit of Earth with the science vessel and the observation vessel. So there will be 3 now instead of 4. And because the XL6 is still working and more actively with the secret space programs and the future of Earth, in charge of transferring the medical technology to Earth, working with the Earth Alliance. So the XL6 is really having a prominent role in this transition. Where is going to go the vessel, the war vessel? For the moment, it will be moved to the Oort cloud for a while until the war against the Sikaar Empire is over. You know, the Oort cloud. After the Oort cloud, there is this whole fleet of the Intergalactic Confederation that is there, that was moved. They still have ships, the Intergalactic Confederation, in the orbit of Jupiter, but way less. The big main part of this fleet is now behind the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud, to remind you, is a spherical cloud of debris and where you have also a lot of water in the shape of ice particles, ice rocks. And that's where all the comets are coming from. So that's the Oort cloud. It's very far. It's at the edge of the star system, and actually, it's halfway between Sol and Proxima Centauri. So it's a long way, but not that long for our family from other star system. And now, let's talk a bit about Earth. Since the last 5 years, we have moved into a different zone in the galaxy. I remind you that the Earth, in its star system, orbits the galaxy in a helicoidal wave like this. And at the moment, it has entered a 5th density zone. The average density of this galaxy, I mean the most, where everyone is in the same physicality, is fifth density on the scale of this universe, which has 12 densities plus one source. The Earth and the star system have now entered in this zone in the galaxy. It was before in a bubble of lower density that was purposely operated by the enemies of humanity who wanted to maintain this star system into this lower frequency of consciousness. The good news is, after crossing the different bubbly approach to this zone, we are fully in it now. We are in fifth density. The Earth is adjusting to it. It's not like this, otherwise it would cause horrible damages on Earth. The Earth is not going to split into lower and upper density or into planets. This is a delusion. This is not a true, this is a fantasy. The planet, the star, and all the other planets, and every life on all these planets in this star system are moving together into this zone. Nothing is left behind physically or vibratorily. Behind us, we leave nothing. A few debris, space dust maybe, or space garbage. Hopefully not. But only Earthlings, okay? With space garbage. Galactic pairs do not. Anyways, we are in fifth density. So it starts by the star that changes color, that becomes brighter and whiter. You've all noticed this. And then the vibration of the star resonate with each planet. So it will start from the star, which is in the higher density, and expand to the other planets, the other orbits, and the frequency changes, okay? On Earth, we are experiencing these changes. And these changes are felt like changes in the political scene, the dark energies fading, waning, the dark, magic, black, magical shit is really losing power. It's not effective anymore as it was before. And the consciousnesses evolve and awaken and become more aware of who they are. So, you know, you have started to feel the effects on yourself. Some are purging. A lot of people are purging emotionally, physically. And it's very challenging sometimes for many of you. Many of you must sometimes go through very emotional phases and being triggered very, very easily, taking things personally. And a very big challenge is the ego. We are discovering that we are one, individuals, but one in the greater spirit of Creator. And this realization fights with the old paradigm that was based on competition. And we have to fight that because there's no competition. There's just only evolution. And evolution doesn't compete. Evolution works together with everything. So physically, in each human being and even animals, and you know, there's a lot of animals who have chosen to leave their body and come back in a higher density body. A lot of cats and dogs have done that recently in the past years. They've understood that it will be less painful for them to just shift to another body. So if you lost your companion, wait for a new puppy or kitten to come in your life, and that will be your companion back. A lot are doing this, a lot. On Earth, what is happening? Of course, Earth is a body with a soul consciousness in it. Consciousness shifts into a higher density, and the body has effects. You see these effects like tremors, and the physicality changes. So anything that is unstable, such as human emotions, human triggers, human traumas, human illnesses. All of these are unstable states of consciousness and matter. Well, the same as for this planet, all unstable points such as tectonic uh, plates, volcano, all of this that are on an unstable state or trigger are being triggered, are manifesting. So there is tremors, there are earthquakes. The Galactic Federation tries to minimize through sending energy, um, energy technology, frequency technology to minimize these tectonic movements, but they cannot stop them because it's part of the process of the Earth shifting into a different physicality. So we are going there. Everybody together, the planet, the people, the animals, the plants, everything. The medicinal properties of the plants are being magnified. The plants are increasing their potency. Everything is increasing in more healing, empowering, and wisdom aspect. Everything, everything, everything. So we are entering into fifth density. You haven't noticed because it's a shift, it's a transition. So now I would like to touch on all the new age nonsense that you have been fed by the enemies of humanity of Earth, what you call the deep state, with the help of the Grey Nebu. No, there isn't a planet cutting in two, nor physically, nor in frequency. We're all going there together. This was introduced by Dolores Cannon, if I'm not mistaken, who was a lovely, nice old lady, but a bit naive because she didn't know anything about the fact that she was dealing with a higher intelligence, a hive intelligence computing 100,000 times faster and better than a human brain. The Greys, the Orion Greys, the Nebu, they are the origin of all her trend. So this is something I will not go for the moment into, but I just want to say that the Earth is not splitting in two. And it's a difficult subject. I may talk about it in my next webinar. April 27, 2025. Tune in, the link is underneath. All of these psychological operations were made to turn you away from your path, from your own evolution, your own realization of how powerful you are and of the truth. And the worst psychological operation, they put a key that would disable you to take side for the truth. This key was convincing you that there is something that is an illusion, but that there are a multiplicity of realities and everyone has his own reality. So everybody's right. This was the ultimate key to stop your discernment, to stop your warrior for truth side. Now I'm going to tell you something. Stand for yourself. Stand for what you believe is true. Don't be afraid. Don't judge. The others won't judge you. If everybody stopped judging just right now, this stops now. This bullshit stops now. When you defend the truth, a truth has corroboration. A truth is simple, and the truth doesn't seek to be popular. When you defend the truth, you defend your dignity, yourself, you fight for human evolution. When you stay silent, not wanting to take sides, you take side because you favor the abusers. Not talking, not acting is consenting. It is time now, humanity of this beautiful planet, Earth, that we call Ki, stand up for what they think is the truth. There is one truth, and there are many paths to get to it, but it's one truth. And I invite you to stop being the sheep in the story. Be the leaders and lead Ki into the future you have decided. See you next week for another Star Nation News. The ONHORAI live on ALTAIR, the fourth planet of the ALTAIR star system, which they call Ona in their own culture. ONHORAI are sixth and seventh density of existence. They are a very tall race, with broad shoulders, usually with long brown hair. Their skin is tanned with orange tones and their eyes are small and brown, slanted with no whites or black pupils, no eyelashes or eyebrows. Their noses are flat and wide and their mouths are thin. Their faces are elongated with no pronounced cheekbones and their hands have 3 fingers. They wear white uniforms with a gold belt and weapon pouch and a red circular insignia on the chest. Officers wear a gold ribbon across their chest that depicts the 3 ALTAIR planets in 3 blue and green dots, joined in a curve, V-shape, representing the ALTAIR system. Their species is pleasant and very welcoming, completely benevolent, and their males travel through space primarily to study minerals. They are not part of the Altairan humanoid alliance, and their ships appear as a white glowing orb.
Star Nation News was brought to you by Elena Danan. Don't miss the latest news every Monday on Elena Danan's channel. Video directed by StefZak.